Today on the net, Tibetans protesting Chinese rule through self-immolation. Paul Ryan shirtless, trending on Google. And the man who gets a slap in the face every time he logs onto Facebook. The NGO International Campaign for Tibet has reported that Dorje Rinchen, a Tibetan man in his 60s, set himself on fire on Tuesday in front of military barracks in the Chinese province of Gansu and died from his injuries shortly afterwards. The organisation has also posted these photos online that bear witness to this desperate act of protest against Chinese rule. It was a second self-immolation in the region in 2 days. The previous day, another Tibetan, aged around 60, also died after setting fire to himself in front of the Labrang Monastery, which is widely regarded as one of the most influential Tibetan Buddhist temples. This well-known place of worship was the site of protests by monks and nuns back in 2008, following ethnic riots in Tibet, just several months before the opening of the Beijing Olympic Games. Tibetan exile groups say there has been a heavy-handed rule in the region ever since, where people live under martial law. So self-immolation has become a last resort in protesting the policies of the Chinese government. Writer and blogger Werza says some 60 people, mostly monks, have tried to kill themselves in this way since February 2009. Beijing accuses Tibet's spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, of encouraging these self-immolations, something he denies. He's refused to condone it, but does understand the reasons behind it. Paul Ryan, Mitt Romney's running mate in the presidential election, is a media darling, and countless web users also have a soft spot for him. It would seem that his popularity has less to do with his political views and more to do with his handsome face and bulging muscles. Well, this is what the author of this blog is saying. The blog, which is affiliated to the New York Times and provides coverage of the US presidential campaign, reports that the term Paul Ryan shirtless is searched 9 times more often than Ryan budget. This photo of a bare-chested Ryan was published on the TMZ website back in August, and ever since, the Wisconsin congressman's looks have become something of an online preoccupation. The fascination stepped up a notch recently when these photos appeared on the Time magazine website. We see him working out. Some admired Paul Ryan, but many made fun of him. Countless parodies of his workout sessions soon appeared online, depicting Mitt Romney's running mate in all sorts of unlikely scenarios. As we can see here, sharing sites and social networks have been inundated with doctored photos of a shirtless Ryan in not so very flattering positions. And the craze looks set to continue, at least until the November 6th election. Numerous websites like Meme Generator, for example, are urging web users to come up with as many Paul Ryan parodies as possible and publish them online to jazz up the already animated campaign. Lance Armstrong has yet to make an official statement on the International Cycling Union's decision to ban him for life and strip him of his 7 Tour de France titles. But the former cyclist does seem to have acknowledged the punishment and has removed the phrase 7-time Tour de France winner from his Twitter biography, although he does say he cycles when he can. For many web users, these changes say a lot about his state of mind and suggest the Texan is willing to accept the ICU's decision. Manish Sethi is a blogger based in San Francisco and feels he spends far too much time on social networks, confessing to spending 6 hours a day chatting away on sites like Facebook instead of working. So, to help him remain focused, he paid someone $8 an hour to keep watch and slap him every time he logs onto a social network. He says the experiment has really boosted his productivity. Lyrics from modern pop songs sang to classical melodies. This is the latest exercise undertaken by musical experiment collective CDZA, with a view to getting kids into classical music. So the words of Lady Gaga, Adele, Katy Perry, to name but a few, in perfect harmony with works by Offenbach, Beethoven and other classical music masters.